of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. They're selling Now I never been down with no OPP. I talking about selling our people's property. Don't know who doing it, so don't round me out. Don't send no police round me and tell me shush my mouth. Where's our conviction? But where's our pride? We selling everything, selling our backside. Just go online, it'll make you sick. You can buy any island, just point and click. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. They're selling our hey. Ride him. My mother always say, when you find a donkey, ride it. Who's donkey? Huh? Come on. We got a whole nation in 73. Now we getting back the whole country. What kind of fools we must be, selling out for a bag of rice and a cup of tea. You know what does bug me? Help me understand. I can't find piece of property for under 80 grand, but I can fix this. I know what to do. I can squat just like them other people try make me do. See, they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. They're selling They're selling our country. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. They're selling I get everybody sells some every time. They're selling one island, give away one key. What can be left for you and me? It's just an example, what's our kids to do? You want them have a sense of pride, or go selling too. Cause they're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. They're selling They're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling our whole country. They're selling They're selling our country, yes man. They're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. They're selling They're selling our country, yes, they're selling our land. They're selling our archipelago of sea and sand. Now break down the acronym like you in class. Oh, they're selling the whole country. They're selling
Whoa, girls, we out doing
Is this some kind of freebie for all?
Free for all.
Well, if it's a freebie, then give me my tax money back.
Because you're not paying for this.
Why should we pay for that? I don't pay for that, my son.
Let me ask you this question. This was something that happened a few weeks ago. We had the Shards Day Affair from Haiti, the Haiti Shards Day Affair.
I think I spoke about it on somebody called me from the Guardian.
Yes, you did. And I want to get
his name was Jasper Ward.
One of the best we've got.
And I told her what I said about him. He was out of water.
And for the record, for those who aren't aware, with that story, of course, the Shards Day Affair has stated that the government should be more merciful, more humanitarian, and not to halt deportations.
Yes, and they're talking about the state of Haiti
and
at the
rather
moment.
regularize.
And they're telling we must accept people who break our laws coming in, who break other laws staying here, who claim that they're not even going to try and get work permits because they're busy trying to earn a living here illegally, but they care nothing about our laws. They don't try to speak our language. They pretend they don't understand. And when they want to come out of a danger zone, they stay and pretend they didn't know. And then they lie and say nobody told them, and they knew they were told. Why would I make special provisions for these people who have no respect for truth, justice, honesty, integrity? Why? And why are we, the Bahamas, supposed to carry the burden of 11 million Haitians on our $200,000 back? We didn't create the problem in Haiti. If anybody created it, it's the wider world, not us.
Very true.
So please, we have been kind and we are gracious. We are friendly. We will help, but don't go too far.
Are they going too far?
They are going too far. They are too presumptuous. You do not bite the hand that feeds you, because then you find out what that hand is capable of. The United Nations representative talking stupidness about us. Why don't they tell America to take in more? Why don't they tell Jamaica to take in more? Jamaica has more land area than us. They have more population, can absorb more than us. Why don't they tell Trinidad and Tobago to take in more than us? The only country I would say is about similar size to us in terms of population is Barbados.
That's right.
Why don't they do that? Why don't they send to Guyana, where there's lots of land, lots of trees, rich land, fertile land, and the Guyana is the size of England, much bigger than anybody else. Why don't you send them there?
Do you agree with the administration's position as it is?
Which administration?
This administration, in regards to immigration right now. Are you supportive of the stance that we will continue business as usual?
As far as I'm concerned, the government is put in place to enforce the laws. That's one of their duties as the executive. If they enforce the laws humanely, I have no problem.
And do you believe we're enforcing it humanely?
As far as I'm concerned, I believe so. I don't like lies, and I don't like people pretending to be truthful when they're not. There was a fellow on the radio carrying the Bahamas to war about how we are allegedly mistreating Bahamians, Haitians. That is so far from the truth. He's Jamaican, but he's living in Jamaica, but he couldn't tell you how many Haitians are in Jamaica.
Interesting.
Are there any Haitians in Cuba? Are there any Haitians in Dominican Republic on the same island? They have rivers, they have fresh water, they have land. Compared to us, we are minuscule in terms of
So why did they come to us?
Because we are so welcoming and so kind-hearted, and we practice hospitality.
And we give them their jobs.
And we give them jobs because we're lazy and we won't do the jobs that we give them to do.
You're listening to the Hit Back with Nahaja Black Dame June Sawyer.
Did you really call me for this?
Yes, I did. It's not over. We got all kind of time left, Dame. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Feel free to text us as well at 422-4796. That's 422-4796. We'll take a quick break. Let me come back more with the Dame.
I want to be. Sometimes raise a pilot? Okay, awesome. Awesome. You want to learn to fly? Huh? That's what I want to hear. All right? They always teach you And your parents might teach you, and your teachers might teach you to only want to have a job. But for some people, I want you to remember that you could be anything you want to be. You don't just have to be a pilot. You can own an airline. All right? Always remember, I told you this when you come here. Remember this. Write this down after class. You have to. Jobs are for experience, not for life. Y'all say that. Jobs are for experience, not for life. Say it again. Jobs are for experience, not for life. So a job isn't a life setting. Just to get your experience, and you can be anything you want to be after that. There's nothing wrong with a pilot getting his experience as a pilot, learning the business, and then owning his own airline and hiring other persons to work for him. That's how we got to think as Bahamians. That's the kind of Bahamas we want to build. Where you can be anything that you want to be. Oh, right here. Go ahead. You want to be a ninja? So you want to be like me? All right, come here then. Come here. Let me see. You want to be a ninja? A ninja mostly learns to fight with weapons. All right, you like weapons? You gotta learn the sword, the side, the ninja star, and you gotta learn how to hit, and you gotta learn how to take a hit. All right? So I don't know where you learn that nowadays, but I ain't teaching it. But you gotta learn. All right? Let me see your form. Let me see how do you throw your punch. Okay. Oh, that's how you dodge. Okay, give me one right there. No. You gotta hit me. Don't be scared. You can break me. Let's go. Come on, hit me. You wanna be a ninja? Let's go hit. Way to go. That's how you hit. Come on, let's go. Hit. All right, let's go. Harder. All right, you can be a ninja. Let's go. Hot. Hit me again. Let's go. Hit hard. Good afternoon, Bahamas. Welcome. And thank you all for being here with us on this Tuesday, and the 5th of July, the year 2023. Thank you guys for tuning in. We always appreciate spending our evenings with you. We got a lot to talk about today. We want to recap what has been happening. We want to update where we are with what's been going on. Please excuse me for a second. I'm trying to make sure I share this. I didn't take my time out to share this broadcast. So while I'm doing this, you also please share this live broadcast so persons can know what's going on. We all know what the media is up to. We all know that the powers that be don't want this live to be shared. And so we gotta try to do what we can do to make sure to get this out there as much as we can. All right. So I'm just taking a few seconds to share this with a few of my people. And so I recommended you do the same thing. All right. I'm trying to share this, but it's not looking right. All right. So I may not be able to share it right now. It's not generating like it's supposed to. All right, so just take your take a second, I'll share this, let people know that we're live. Tag persons. In fact, the entire software doesn't seem to be working the way it should tonight. So we hope we don't have any interference. We don't know why the government doesn't want the truth to get out there, but they realize by now there's nothing that they can do. So you may see me looking to my right, there's a big screen next to me. I'm also trying to get the comments on the screen. Okay, now it's finally coming up. Some say there's at least a 5-second delay. Oh, so whenever you see that, that means they're tampering with the live feed. But don't hurt your head. We're broadcasting all over the place on Facebook, broadcasting on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. We're all over the place. All right. So this is a big delay between sound and audio. Check 1, 2. Okay, big delay between sound and audio. All right, let me see if we could do something to rectify that. Let me see if we can do something to rectify that. Let me see. Okay. Let me see if I can share it. Okay, let me see. I'll copy it. Let me see if I can share this now. I just copied what someone sent to me so that I can share it. Let me see if I can share from there because I wasn't getting it up and running just now. Let's see what happens. Whoops, not working for me. All right. So don't know what's going on, but we're going to keep going anyway. Okay, so you guys share. I won't be able to share, so you guys make sure you share this, and let's have this conversation. Let's update you on what's been going on, and you continue to put this out there for the Bahamian people. All right. You said there was a delay. Let me see what I can do about that delay. Is there something I can do? All right. Let me see if we're running several internets at the same time. Let me see if I go on a different IP if they won't be able to recognize. And I'll see if that works. All right. So give me a second. Is there still a delay? Please. So they made sure some messing live because we ain't going nowhere. I don't know how they haven't caught on to that yet. But I know something, they going somewhere, and that's out of our House of Assembly. All right, so there is still a delay. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's work on that. Just give me 1 sec, we'll get it up and running. You know what? Let's see what we can do here. All right. All right, let's just play a little quick entertaining video, and let's see if we can get this delay worked out. We're gonna play this quick entertaining video, and then we'll see what's up. Someone says I'm on Facebook. I'm hearing loud and clear. Someone says good now. No delays on Facebook. We're good. Okay, I'll still play this quick video because I think you should see this.
I'm here at live House Assembly where a young lady from nowhere, she says she's out here to support Minister Keith Bell. Can you tell why you're supporting Keith Bell, Mom?
Yes, good morning. I'm supporting Keith Bell because he never left Carmichael Road area. You know, Prescott, I ain't ashamed to say it. I was hungry. And you know, Prescott, Keith Bell came with fruits. All type of fruits, all type of vegetables. Even Chinese cabbage. I never had Bahamian cabbage, only Bahamian cabbage, and he feed the whole nation. And you know, I went around giving them, it was so much vegetables, I gave it to a lady who was sick, who needed them. Keith Bell never leave me. You know, Prescott, my train them had basket. Keith Bell come around and he give us a Mother's Day gift. He cannot take care of the whole country, but he do the best of his ability. When you do good, you don't worry about nobody. A change gonna come. I'm not ashamed to say it. Thank God for the Honorable Prenlin. My grandmother Melissa, she sit me on the side of the bed on 8th Street. She said, Rosie, I paid the way from you. I remember Brandy said I couldn't go to YT era. She said, vote PLP. A legend, Laura Williams is my auntie. She said, Rosalie, vote PLP. And I would say, Honorable, full of Brad Davis, the president. He was feeding me for 15 years, y'all hypocrite. He feed everybody in the market. He keeps 300 Brad do the best he can. Come on up in there, tell the truth, she's the devil. God has been good to us. Let them know. I want to thank God for Orbie Wilscombe, but gone. Even a global role, she take her money and
She said Keith Bell fed the entire nation. She said Brave Davis speed up 15 years. There is nothing more effective in controlling people than starving them so they would appreciate when you give them a slice of bread and some water. Not considering that you were the person who was responsible for their starvation in the first place. And yes, she called Brave Davis her president. Before I get down to this live, I just want to say something. Foreigners were being brought in by the PLP and the F for them to advise them on PR and what they should do based on the political climate, because they're in a panic over the rising popularity of the COI. They're in serious panic. And so they were told to just copy us. They were told that our reach is on social media. And so most people won't hear what we have to say is what they were advised, both the PLP and FNM. So just say whatever they're saying, because if up to this time, the public is resonating with everything they say, everything we say, then just say what he's saying, and then the people will resonate with you, and they won't know that it was him who said it. Many of them. That's the PLP's and FNM's big strategy. This is what they paid consultants big money to tell them. To just copy whatever Lincoln says in his live and make it look like it's you that is actually saying it. Again, I always say to people, I don't have a problem with them taking any of our ideas or copying any of our ideas. Ideas belong to the people. I always say that, but see, the problem comes in when they are taking the ideas but not using it to benefit the Bahamian people, just to say it as if they are interested, but they're not interested. They formed the Ministry of Natural Resources after pressure was put on them, but they have no intention of letting you benefit from your natural resources. But they know that it's on the tongues of the people, because politicians are only concerned with what's on the tongues of the people. That's a rule in political science. And so they talk about it as if they're interested, just to pacify you. See, you gotta wait, you gotta wait. My good MP, busy feeding people. They give us fruits and water. We don't need our $3,600 to $4,800 a month from our carbon credits. We don't need that. We need fruits and water. Wake up, Bahamas. Every single week, the FNM does their best COI Lincoln Bain impression. And we don't have a problem with that. Flattery is the greatest compliment that there is. Imitation is the greatest flattery that there is. We don't have a problem with that. But what we want is real some stuff. I'm gonna show you the law in a minute as it relates to the excuse that the PLP is putting out there. They're now referencing the Commercial Enterprise Act as an excuse for what happened at the Hilton. You know, the act that says you have 14 days to give someone their to give them their work permit. Otherwise, they just have the work permit. That's what the PLP is now putting out there to justify what happened at the Hilton. But the act doesn't say that. But they know that Bahamians are not going to read the act. So I'm going to read the act to you. Because I heard one of the biggest criminals in Bahamian history, Leslie Miller, and I call him a criminal because he is working in the government that has been raping and robbing the Bahamian people. He is taking money from the Bank of the Bahamas and not paid back almost $30 million. And we've had to pay for that with our NIB. And yet still, you have persons entertaining him in the media. It's despicable. I don't blame him. I blame the persons who would bring him on their show after raping and robbing this country for all these years into his 70s. Wake up, Bahamas. We're going to go to that out. All right? But I just want to say this. The PLP has been copying us so much now that Brave Davis actually found the heart to call himself the Joshua generation. He says that Brave Davis is now trying to compare himself to Joshua. And he's calling the PLP the Joshua generation. Y'all screenshot this and send us to Brave Davis, all right? Philip Brave Davis, you are calling yourself the Joshua generation. And you have a right to call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. I have no problem with that. Joshua is from the word Yeshua, which is actually Jesus' name. So I don't know what you're saying about yourself. If you're talking about the first Joshua, let's talk about what the Joshua generation means. Let me tell you, Philip Brave Davis, the first thing that Joshua did. When they crossed the Jordan River and they took over the land, let me tell you the first thing they did. One, they fought for the land. They fought the others. Anyone who wasn't them. Joshua didn't go into Canaan and say, I am one of you. And I'm going to be loyal to you. No. Joshua represented his people. But I guess you are representing your people. And maybe you are saying you are Joshua for your Haitian people. Because that's who you said you are. You're one of them. And this is hitting me as I'm saying it. You said you're one of them. And you're going to be loyal to them. So maybe you're telling the Haitian people that as they cross over the waters and come here, you are going to help them fight us, the Bahamian people. Is that what you're up to, Philip Brave Davis? Are you the Joshua for the Haitian immigrants? Because you can't be the Joshua for the Bahamian people because you would be loyal to us. Well, Joshua fought for his people to defend the land. And let me tell you the first thing Joshua did. Joshua gave the land to the people. They actually gave a piece of land to every single one of the children of Israel. The first thing they got was land. So let me tell you what the real Joshua generation is going to do. Immediately, we are going to give our crown land to our Bahamian people. That's the Joshua generation. We are going to start issuing our land, and we're going to change that word crown land. But we're going to start issuing the crown land to the Bahamian people immediately, because that's what Joshua did. We're going to take the generation property that people can't get title for, and we are going to issue it to the Bahamian people. How about that for Joshua generation? If you are the Joshua generation, Philip Brave Davis, why don't you do that? Oh, but that's what you're doing for the Haitian people. You are letting them take over our land. They're taking our crown land, they're building up their shanty towns, and you're not touching them. So maybe you are the Joshua for them. I'm starting to get it, Philip Brave Davis. I'm starting to get it. Well, what we're going to do, since we are the Joshua generation for the Bahamian people, we're going to issue the crown land, because that's what he did. The word lots, like what we call properties lots, they call it that because Joshua cast lots. It's a disc that you flip, heads, you get this, tails, you get this. They flip the disc, they cast lots to determine who would get what piece of property. That's why they still call properties lots today, because they cast lots in order to get them. They issued every single person a piece of property. Why can't we get our land? We are going to get our land. It's ours. 3.5 million acres of crown land. This ain't a generation property and all that. That's another big amount of land. And we, the 200,000 Bahamian adults, can't get 1 acre. We're going to kick you all out of office, and we are going to deliver the power to the Bahamian people because it belongs to them. So since you want to be the Joshua generation, let me let you know something. Joshua coming. And we are going to march around that wall until it crumbles. We're going to take our land back. Now, I want to quickly touch on this this excuse that they're now. I'm going to update you in a minute, but this excuse that the PLP is now using, because see, their followers are normally the average. You have to be really ignorant to really support the PLP at this time. There's no way that you're not or having some mental challenges if you're following the PLP or the FNM at this time. I don't mean to say those strong words. I apologize if that offended anybody. But after all that we've been through for 50 years, going through the same thing over and over, that is insanity. That's insanity. To see all that, the evidence that has come out against Keith Bell, and to see persons come on Bay Street saying that they're supporting Keith Bell, that's insanity, man. To see all of the skullduggery of the Free National Movement and to see persons, although they didn't really have any support, come out there in red shirts supporting. Here's where the problem comes in. The PLP is raping and robbing us now. But we just fired the FNM for raping and robbing us. Yes, Pintard, that's you. Adrian Gibson is before the courts for raping and robbing the public purse. I exposed some of the things he did. I exposed where he was keeping some of his papers, how he had a security guard at his house move certain things from Warren Surge and certain things was at his house. I can leave that there because I'm before the courts. But I exposed things about that. And y'all could stand up in the square, Brian Keith Bell got to go, while Adrian Gibson is coming to the House of Assembly every week. You're compromised. Lanisha Rowe is before the courts for raping and robbing the Bahamian people. Alicia Rowe. Remember, it was me that exposed the document. I exposed when no one else had it, no one else would reveal it. I was the one who read line by line on my live the auditor's report that the Minutes administration, here that's y'all Pintard, that y'all hid from the Bahamian public. Remember, I was the one who exposed that, and then she was locked up. Remember? I had an entire live just reading through that report. Everyone else was afraid to touch it. And the FNM is in Rawson Square. We have the deputy leader of the FNM saying that he did some stuff, but the higher ups forced him to do it. What? No one can force the chairman of an organization to do anything. You did that. So with all that and more, the FNM still has not given account for the 54 million in the food program. The FNM has still not given account for the 250 million that they got from the IDB that they didn't account for. Yes, I have the documents. I was the one who revealed that also. And you're on rock talking about Keith Bell, gotta go. So actually, why did you stand with the FNM? Why do you think? They are the problem. They are the problem. The same woman that is being victimized by the PLP now, the Deputy Director, Faustine Major-Smith, was victimized the same way under the FNM. Minnis, Pintard, Brent Simonet, y'all victimized the same woman because she wouldn't go along with y'all skullduggery when y'all was there. The audio clip I played in the beginning was Dame Joan Sawyer talking. She was talking about the FNM, not the PLP. The FNM was in power. And she was talking about the skullduggery that was going on as it relates to immigration, the free for all, and everything else that was going on. And you're asking me to stand with them? Now, if they want to stand with us and do what's right, they're free to come with us. We ain't been in the house raping and robbing the Bahamian people. Yeah, I heard, and it's the right thing to say, Pintard saying that the woman was victimized and suspended. Now, the FNM didn't suspend her. They transferred her from place to place. She grew up all her life in Grand Bahama. As a punishment, the FNM moved her from Grand Bahama and transferred her to Nassau. As a punishment, uprooted the woman. As a punishment, and started victimizing her. She asked to speak to Minnis because of all she was going through just for doing right in the Department of Immigration. Minnis refused to speak to her. He said he's not speaking to her. And y'all can stand up and talk about what the PLP is doing. Y'all really think that we are our grandparents' generation? Someone told me, oh, just do this for the Bahamian people. Let's do it for the Bahamian people. Okay, so when Keith Bell resigns, then what? And they replace him with someone else who continues what he was doing. Then what? We need the PLP and FNM to resign and go away. You have both been the problem. The immigration problem, both of you caused this problem. I'm I'm not standing with the F&M. You encourage the proliferation that is going on. Brent Simonet knows what he was doing. He knows how he contributed to this. Ellsworth Johnson, good guy. But the shanty town was right across the street from Ellsworth Johnson's house. Cross the road. I don't mean down the road, you know. Cross the road from the Minister of Immigration's house. Let me make this clear for you all. Ellsworth Johnson is the Minister of Immigration. The shanty town is across the road from his house. Remember that straw market that I showed you all when I started exposing what was going on? People didn't even know all this was going on in Nassau. The flea market that they have, and the whole, must be 5 acres or more shanty down there right there. I showed you on the live, I showed you the pictures. That's across the road from Ellsworth Johnson's house. All right, one. I'm sorry, I'm usually more focused in this, you know, but it just behooves me. It hurts when I see the ignorance of people who would fight for these politicians who are raping and robbing them right to their faces and not realize what is going on. And personally, Ellsworth is a good fellow, you know. He was a part of a system, a corrupt system. I ain't saying this to attack Ellsworth. Internet moving a little slow. I'm trying to pull this up and show you all where this shanty town is. With the internet moving a little slow on me. Let me see if I can find where this flea market foolishness is. Okay, I found it. Okay, let me do a little zoom. I think that's it. Let me do a little zoom. Let me show you something. Okay, let me show you something. Someone said they're messing with the live. Yeah, you'll just communicate with me and let me know when they mess with it. Yes, sure, I'll be messing with it. Let me know when they're messing with it so I'll know how to communicate with you. Let's look at this. Look at this. Let's share. Okay. It's my screen, all right? This Cowpen Road. This, where the flea market normally is, that I always show you this road right here. I'm gonna put a gate up here to stop these Haitians from taking over and spreading further back here. They're trying to stop them from spreading in the back here, but there's a gate they put up in the middle of the road. See all this? Shanty town. Shanty town. All right, shanty town. See how much acres that is. So I didn't intend to talk about this today. Let me see. Meters, yards, inches, feet. What I'm gonna say? I'm gonna see the acres. All right, let me see if this will show the acres. There. And about there. There. There's 5 acres of shanty town right here. It goes over here too, and some in the bush, right? Get everything. There's 5 acres of shanty town right here. 1 acre Can hold 8 pieces of property. 8 houses, regular property is 50 by 100. Now, this the shanty town, right? This is Ellsworth Johnson and his brother house right here. This is Ellsworth Johnson right here. This is shanty town. This Ellsworth Johnson. This is shanty town. This the Minister of Immigration. This shanty town. This the Minister of Immigration. This the shanty town. Now look to the left. What do you see? More shanty town. Look. Look. Oh God. So I don't want the FNM to have to pretend that they have righteous indignation all of a sudden. Someone says, yes, that's the people's crown land. Yes, that is the people's crown land. Someone is watching from Lobogi, Luther. Luther, we are coming. Make sure you are there on Saturday at 6 p.m. We're going to be at the Workers' Hall. Make sure you are there. Make sure you are there. Come and meet us. Come and meet our team. I'm going to be there. Maria, Charlotte, Dr. McIver, and others are going to be there. Come and meet us, hear from us, and hear the vision for the New Bahamas, for Luther, etc., etc. All right? But the FNM has no credibility on this. Sick and tired of this, man. Now back to the PLP and this nonsense that they're now spreading. The PLP is now spreading some nonsense about about. Let me make sure this is the right thing on one. Okay, that's the other thing. The PLP is now okay. It's there. The PLP is now talking about this Commercial Enterprise Act because they assume that Bahamians can't read. All right? They assume that Bahamians can't read, so they're now trying to blame the Commercial Enterprise Act. Oh, that has to change. They're trying to distract you and say, oh, that's why these people can do what they're doing. No, that's not what the Act says. All right? That's not what the Act says. Let's read the Act. People say, oh, the COI is a cult. No. Cults want you to just go off emotions and don't read, just do what they say. And just, I don't want anyone to support me blindly. I don't want anyone to support the COI blindly. The reason people support the COI is because we come with documents and we come with facts. We take the time twice a week to educate the people. That is not the criteria of a cult. The PLP is a cult. The FNM is a cult. We are a group of mostly educated and well-informed Bahamians who have decided that we have had enough. And the movement is spreading because we're spreading the truth. Now, let's get this right. Okay, sorry for the little interruption just now. Let's keep going. All right, I'm gonna pull it up. Okay, I hope you can see this. This is the Commercial Enterprise Act. This is the Commercial Enterprise Act. All right. So the PLP now spreading that, oh, the reason this stuff is happening is because they are able to because persons are able to just come, companies can just come and apply for work permit. And if you don't give them the work permit in 14 days, they automatically get the work permit. That is a lie from the pits of hell. All right? This is the Commercial Enterprise Act. They don't expect you to read this, but of course, we are a different generation. It says an act for the designation of specific, and I don't agree with this act, by the way, but this has nothing to do with what happened at the Hilton. An act for the designation of specified commercial enterprises and specified commercial economic zones in Bahamas. This is for specified commercial enterprises. Remember, they were saying they were going to turn Freeport into a tech hub. This is for specified commercial enterprises, not a hotel like the Hilton. The Commercial Enterprise Act has nothing to do with the Hilton or anything they have to offer. The Hilton does not come under the Commercial Enterprise Act, nor the point, nor anything that is to do with that. But of course, they're playing on your ignorance. But here is the facts. So, or special economic zones, all right, which they were trying to make Freeport. That didn't work out for them, all right? The act may be cited as commercial. I won't read all that. Let me just go to the facts. This act shall apply to any person who is desirous of establishing a specified commercial enterprise in the Bahamas. Specified commercial enterprise. A specified commercial enterprise is an enterprise established by a Bahamian or a non-Bahamian with an investment of less than $250,000, or a joint venture or partnership between a Bahamian and a non-Bahamian that carries on any of the business undertakings or services specified in the first schedule. So not any business, but any business specified in the first schedule, and it must be approved by the investment board. All right, the business, not the work permit. So when you heard that lying Keith saying that, the Deputy Prime Minister say they got Bahamas Investment Authority approval, so just let them go. No. The work permit must go to immigration. I'm going to show you all of that. But let me show you the list of business undertakings that come under this, all right? And it must be approved by the investment board, and the work permits must go through immigration. But let me show you this. The first thing, all right? Don't let the PLP fool you. So the first schedule, there's the first schedule, all right? The first schedule, here it is. Captive insurance. These are the businesses that can apply under this act. Reinsurance, mutual fund administration, arbitration, wealth management. Anything sound like the Hilton yet? International trade, international arbitrage, computer programming. Sounds like me. That doesn't sound like the Hilton. Software design and writing, bioinformatics and analytics, maritime trade, nanotechnology, biomedical technology. Sound like the Hilton yet? Biomedical industries, boutique health facilities, data storage or warehousing, aviation, approved maintenance operation, aviation registration, call centers, manufacturing or assembly of manufacturing, that's factories, all right? And that's it, all right? So nothing to do with the Hilton or hotel or hospitality or any of that stuff, all right? So don't let the PLP distract you with their lies and deception. All right? And so that's the first schedule. The minister may prescribe regulations that any island, any part of the island specifies commercial enterprise zone, all right, for purpose of rationalizing infrastructure investment. So if they decide that this is a zone and they need to put more bandwidth there, internet, fiber cables, or whatever, they can declare it a zone for certain purposes, all right? The Minister of Finance, after consulting with the Minister, may prescribe such economic incentives as may be required to give effect to such economic zone. Arraignment means a natural person or legal person, that means a company or person, registered in accordance with the Companies Act, not at 60% shares. All right? Application to the board. Any commercial enterprise that is desirous of making an investment in the Bahamas and obtaining work permits in respect of its senior management or in-house professionals may apply to the board for a specified commercial enterprise certificate. Let me read that for you again. This just isn't willy-nilly to any company. It's a list of specified companies, types of companies, and they must apply for that company to get a certificate to be able to do that kind of thing. All right? And it's only for senior management, not for workers. The Commercial Enterprise Act is not for construction workers, painters, masons. It's not for regular laborers. It's for persons with special skills or high senior management. Don't let the PLP deceive you. Any commercial enterprise that is desirous of making an investment in the Bahamas and obtaining work permits in respect of its senior management or in-house professionals may apply to the board for a specified commercial enterprise certificate. Every application shall be in its prescribed form in the second schedule, accompanied by a business plan which indicates with specificity the nature or proposed commercial enterprise, its staffing needs, inclusive of the number of work permits which may be required, and such training and capacity building opportunities as may be agreed to be afforded to Bahamians in respect of position staffed by work permit holders. And then this is where they talk about having a facility unit, etc., etc. All right? The board specified commercial enterprise certificate. The board, upon being satisfied that the application is in respect of a commercial enterprise only listed in the first schedule, the work permits requested are required for an executive or manager or individual with specialized knowledge relating to the enterprise. That's not a construction worker, a mason, etc. The board may issue a certificate to the enterprise hereinafter referred to as a specified commercial enterprise certificate, entitling that enterprise to a specific number of work permits for specified posts. So you can still get a specified number. That's not willy-nilly. And the said certificate shall remain in force for 1 year. All right? And so at this point, if they have a certificate for a specified number of persons, and they apply for that person, they don't answer in 14 days, then that person automatically has their certificate. That's what this is saying. All right? And so they must apply. Any person entering the Bahamas pursuant to Section 7.3 shall within 30 days of such entry submit a completed application for a work permit to the Department of Immigration in accordance with the Immigration Act, and attach a copy of the said certificate along with the requisite documentation thereto. The Director of Immigration shall determine any work permit applied for no later than 14 days. So that's where it comes in, after the filing thereof, and the payment of the application fee. All right? So if they file for it and pay the application fee, nobody nailed in, filed for nothing and paid nothing. Failing which, the work permit shall be deemed to have been granted pursuant to this act and may only be later revoked if the director has reasonable grounds for so doing on the basis of public safety, public morality, or national security. All right? And they still have to go to work permit and fill out certain things, etc., etc. All right? And so this is the facts. The PLP is spreading this. All they was spreading this, and they are spreading lies and deceit to deceive you. All right, and so this is the nonsense that criminal Leslie Miller was pushing. I call him criminal because he ran away with our BOB money and didn't have to pay back. All right, so this is the full thing if you want to see it. All right, that's Commercialized Act. Read, Bahamas, read. The PLP and FNM are full of deceptions, and they're trying to continue to deceive you. Don't fall for it. The only thing we need from the PLP and FNM is for them to be gone. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. The Prime Minister of the country, the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, responded. He responded. All right. He responded in a Facebook post, and we know he didn't do that post. Someone wrote that for him and just put it on there. So it's not really him, but he responded in the Facebook post. I mean, this is how politics work. And if you see a politician giving a speech, they didn't write those words. So don't be impressed. Oh, he read a good speech. He spoke well. Shall we talk about this and that? No. So someone wrote something for Phil Brave Davis on his Facebook page. And this is what they wrote. A number of concerns have been raised with respect to several immigration enforcement matters. We take such concerns seriously. The Bahamians deserve the facts. We are working to pull together detailed answers to address these concerns and look forward to releasing those in short order. I almost fell asleep reading this. A number of concerns have been raised with respect to several immigration enforcement matters. Enforcement? Issuing citizenship at a funeral is an immigration enforcement matter. Pete Bell talking to a dead man on the phone is an enforcement matter. Pete Bell lying on the Deputy Prime Minister of this country is an enforcement matter. Brave said, we take such concerns seriously. The Bahamians deserve the facts. Oh, God. But let me guess, you're going to wait until you go in the House of Assembly where you can say anything you want and no one can question you. You have immunity to give the facts, right? That's what you're going to do, right? That's why Keith Bell says he wants to address certain questions in the House of Assembly, right? Whenever you hear them say they're going to address in the House of Assembly, it's because they have immunity in the House of Assembly. They can't be held to account for what they say in the House of Assembly. So whenever you hear them say they're going to address in the House of Assembly, they plan on lying and deceiving you. So you already got your answer, that you're going to be lied to. You're going to be deceived. He said, we are working to pull together detailed answers to address these concerns and look forward to releasing those in short order. That's Philip Brave Davis respond from somewhere around the world. I'm going to open the phone lines. I've been going for over an hour. I'm going to open the phone lines as I continue to talk to you. 803-5995. You have to WhatsApp call 803-5995. 803-5995 is the number. 803-5995. There it is. 803-5995 is the number. We had to take any questions that you may have, your family members might have, anything you have a concern about, anything about our plans or projections, anything that doesn't make sense to you. We're here. What do you think about this Keith Bell thing? What do you think about this commercial enterprise thing that the PLP is now pushing to try to deceive you? It seemed like, oh, well, the FNM put this bill in place that causes, that tie our hands, that have nothing to do with what's going on. 803-5995, 803-5995 is the number. You have to WhatsApp call. Someone told me I normally neglect your chat text, so I'm gonna make sure that I cover some of your questions or comments on the chat. Also, all right. There's something else I wanted to cover here. Let me pull it up for you. Now, let me understand this. The government signs $10 billion loan facility with Saudi Arabia for tourism development. We have become a beggar nation, a Junta nation. I would tell them to keep that $10 million. Good afternoon, ma'am. You're live.
Good afternoon. Good evening, Mr. Bain.
How you doing?
Just one quick question, and I'll get off. I'm well, thank you. I'll get up the phone quickly. Can you please explain that any issues addressed in the House of Assembly, that those members of Parliament are under immunity and therefore they cannot be accountable? I'm a little confused with that, please, and thank you.
Now, we'll stay on the phone to make sure you understand this properly. They have immunity for what they say in the House of Assembly. You can't charge them, convict them, etc. For anything that they say in the House of Assembly. They have full immunity. And so that is why you normally hear them say, I'm going to address it in the House of Assembly. Because they can get away with not being truthful, etc.
So in other words, anything or any businesses, affairs conducted in the House of Assembly, there is no accountability and it serves no purpose. Am I correct?
Pretty much.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Good afternoon. That's a very deep question that she asked. I hope people understand what you're saying. All right. Because they have immunity for what they do in the House, and they can do and say whatever they want. All right. And immunity foolishness has to be corrected. Yes, it does. All right. I mean, there's more to it than that. But that's really what it is. So what is the real purpose of the House of Assembly? So far, the House of Assembly's purpose is to have a meeting place for those persons who want to rape and rob the Bahamian people. It is a den of thieves. That is what the House of Assembly has been thus far. It is where the thieves meet and plot the demise of the Bahamian people. As you can see, the opposition does nothing. There was an article that talked about persons not declaring, for example. Many fail to file disclosures. Many fail to file disclosures. Many fail to file disclosures. Okay. So if persons fail to file disclosures, that's against the law. So members of parliament broke the law. What is supposed to happen when members of parliament fail to disclose? I think we should pull up the Public Disclosure Act. I think that's what we're going to pull up, the Public Disclosure Act. Yeah, let's pull that up, the Public Disclosure Act. Let's pull that up. Here it is. This is the Public Disclosure Act. All right, that's what it is. Now, this act, let's go to 8. You, your child, your wife, supposed to disclose. All right? If you're member of parliament or senior public servant, member of parliament or senior public servant, all right? So, commission to report. Where any person fails to furnish the commission with a declaration which he is required to furnish in accordance with this act, or the commission examines a declaration and any related information or documents, or conducts an inquiry into any such declaration or into a complaint made in respect of any summary of a declaration and is not satisfied with any aspect thereof, the commission shall report the matter, setting out such details and particulars as the commission in its discretion thinks fit to the prime minister and the of the opposition. So when someone doesn't disclose, the commission shall, which means they must, they have a duty to, it's a law, not may, shall report the matter, setting out such detailed particulars as the commission in its discretion thinks fit to the prime minister and the leader of the opposition. So the leader of the opposition can't play like they don't know what's going on. We don't know who did this work. We don't know what's going on. What's happening? No, it's to both of them, the prime minister or the leader of the opposition, which means any of them. When a report is made pursuant to subsection 1, may publish by way of communication to the House of Assembly any information furnished to him by the commissioner. Do you see the leader of the opposition coming to the House of Assembly and disclosing who has failed to disclose? All right? He can come to the House of Assembly by way of communication to the House, and in the House, let the whole world know that these are the criminals who did not disclose. You see the opposition leader doing that? No. Why? Because they're in this together. B, this is what else they can do. Cause to be published to the Senate any information furnished to him by the commission. So give it to the House of Assembly and send it to the Senate also for them to read it up there. Let the whole public see. C, authorize the furnishing of any information furnished to him by the commission to the Attorney General or the Commissioner of Police. So they can forward this to the Attorney General and the Commissioner of Police for prosecution. All right? That's how it works. Now, let's go straight to the offenses. That's 13. Let's go to 13, the offenses. These are the offenses. Any person who fails without a reasonable cause to furnish to the commission a declaration which he is required to furnish in accordance with the Visitors Act, knowingly makes any false statement in such declaration, fails without reasonable cause to give such information or explanation as the commission may require under section 6.7, after a summary of a declaration has been published in the Gazette pursuant to section 6, publishes any statement whatever challenging the accuracy of that summary or the honesty or credibility of the declarant otherwise by whatever, makes frivolous whatever, or fails a reasonable cause to attend an inquiry, fails a reasonable cause to attend an inquiry being conducted by the commission under section 7, so they could call them in to do an inquiry, or gives false information at the inquiry, be guilty of an offense and shall on conviction on information be liable to a fine not exceeding $10,000 or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years, or to both such fine and imprisonment. So this is what Pintard can cause any PLP or FNM member of parliament to be charged with right now. You see him doing that? No. But there's more. And where the offense involves the deliberate non-disclosure of the property of a senator or member of parliament, the court shall, ain't got no option, in addition to the imposition of a fine or term of imprisonment or both, if the property involved is situated within the Bahamas, declare that it be forfeited to the government. They can take the senator or member of parliament's property. If the property involved is situated outside the Bahamas, order that an amount equivalent to the value of such property, the value to be assessed as directed by the court, be paid by the senator or member of parliament to the government. We got laws, you know. Payment of all sums due to the government pursuant to paragraph 2 of subsection 1 may be enforced in like manner as a debt due to the government or any proceedings thereon on behalf of the government, and may be taken summarily without limit of amount. All right? So that's the law. So question. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We still have the newspaper up. I'm so sorry. But anyway, that is the Public Disclosure Act. And you can go and read it for yourself, all right? So all this talk about what the opposition, what the Prime Minister should do with reference to Keith Bell. Well, Pintard, we're also paying you. We're paying you for this. It's your job. We're paying you. Getting $50,000 cash and $450,000 are about there in other perks, right? A year to do work for us. Persons didn't disclose. I don't see you sending them before the courts. But you jumping up and down saying what Brave Davis need to do. And this is why I don't fall for these fake righteous indignations. Pintard knows that. And trust me, he's watching this right now. There's many things that the opposition can do. And people say, oh, they're not the government. Why are you talking that? The government is both the PLP, there's both the governing party and the opposition. They are both in the House, I should say. They both make up the government. They're the legislature. The F&M members of parliament are part of government. Don't confuse the executives with the government. The government is the legislator, the executives, and the judiciary. There's three pillars of the government. The legislature includes the Senate and the lower house. And those from the governing body and the opposition. They are part of the government. That's why they have certain powers that you never see them use. Don't be fooled. And so, will they do something? Nah, they're not going to do anything. So what we have to do is we have to fight. And so again, we're soliciting funds in order to be able to file a judicial review. And so again, you can there's a couple of ways that you can assist us with that. You can go to our GoFundMe. You can go to our GoFundMe by going to this link. You're going to see it pop up in the comments bars right now. And so you can click on any of those links or scan this QR code right there. Or you can go to this link or just go to our website and you can assist there. All right. So this link, you'll pay by SunCash, and the first link you'll pay by GoFundMe. All right. That's that link. Either one of these will work. All right. So we got to get this done. All right. Let's go and let's fight them. Let's take this to them. All right. If someone scanned this code, okay, we got 4 people scan the code already. That's a GoFundMe code. If you want to do it, I'll put it up again in a minute for the SunCash if you want to pay here locally. If you trust GoFundMe, you can use GoFundMe. That's the one that's up now. You can scan that or click. All right. This is already donated. Thank you, Esther. We appreciate you. Thank you for that. Let's make this happen. 10 people have scanned the code. I'm going to put up in a sec as 11. I'm going to put up the SunCash one now. All right. This one is for the SunCash. You can scan that one if you prefer to do that. That goes to SunCash locally. So either of them you can use. All right. The link is popping up again now. All right. I'll put up the other one. So we also want you to remember that we are having a Crab Fest in Freeport, and so we want you to support that. This is the only way we can make this happen. You have to support us. You got to fund the movement. We'll take a quick commercial break so you can see what's going on.
Catch the crab, boy. Catch the crab, boy. Yeah, boy, you better catch all them crab, because we gonna need them for the Coalition of Independent Crab Fest. That gonna be held on the 29th of July from 12 noon to 5 p.m. to the Niles Grace Plaza. Here's where you're gonna have. You're gonna have your crab soup, and in that you're gonna have your light feathery dumplings. You're gonna have your salt beef, your ham, and your conch. And the main ingredient, the crabs. You're gonna also have some potato and cassava in that. That gonna be $15. Then you're gonna have your crab and rice with chicken and 2 sides, or some crab and dough. They gonna be $12. Then you're gonna have your nice fried fish, crab and rice, 2 sides. That's $15. But listen, man, call the number now, 438-8355. 438-8355. Get your tickets, because you don't want to mess out on these boring dishes. Catch the crab, boy. Catch the crab, boy. I can see you then. Catch the crab,
all right,
boy.
so make sure you go out and you support what's going on there. If you are in Eleuthera, remember we're coming to Eleuthera. Talk to your friends and family in Eleuthera and tell them to come out and have what we have to say. Tell them to come out. We're going to be in Eleuthera on Saturday at 6 p.m. We're going to be on Eleuthera on Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Workers' Hall. All right. So we're going to have a big contingent coming in from Nassau. Nice contingent. We love it. We're looking forward to seeing all of you. Looking forward to seeing what's going on in Eleuthera. We know you have power problems. We're going to have a generator set up. We already paid for a generator to make sure that we have power, etc. At the hall, and try to have power uninterrupted. We're doing this thing right, all right? We're gonna make this happen. So come out, let us know what your concerns are, hear from us, what's going on. Make sure you are there, all right? Make sure you're there. If you have family and friends in Exuma, tell them that change is coming to, not Exuma, Eleuthera. Change is coming to Eleuthera, and we're going to be there on Saturday at the Workers' Hall, all right? So make sure you let your friends and family know, all right? So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are terribly concerned about what we've read in the reports. This government may be allowing people smuggling or human trafficking. When whistleblowers like Norman Solomon, etc., started to expose back in the day that the Pinling administration was allowing these drug dealers to use our kids, particularly Norman's key, to do their darkness. People that, oh, they're talking craziness. Oh, how the government do that? No, you got to prove what you're saying. You can't just be making these accusations. At the time, people were terrified to even talk because they were afraid it would make them disappear, the victimization, etc. I'm saying to you that based on everything that we're seeing from this matter, based on everything that the police are saying, this is a clear-cut instance of people smuggling. Sorry, human trafficking. I cannot say this any different. Do not let them deceive you with this talk about work permits. Those people were not there as workers. They were being trafficked based on everything that we're seeing. We've read the memo to you. Those people were being trafficked. That is our concern, all right? That is our major concern. We've already released to you the report. I'm going to touch on that report again, all right? Let me just touch on that report quickly. See if I can pull that up for you again. Okay, that's the full memo. Just pull this up for you again. So sorry about the interruption. This is the memo. So for some people who didn't see the signature and all that other stuff from the original memo, here's the original memo. Here's the original memo. All right, here's the original memo that was written from the director. Here's the director's signature at the bottom. This persons were wondering if that's from because they keep saying reported, etc. That's her signature at the bottom, the director of immigration. I'll just read this last thing and then I'll be gone. Reference is made to the apprehension exercise that was conducted on the 17th of January 2023 at 8 o'clock by an enforcement unit acting on information received that a large group of Chinese nationals were being housed at the British Colonial Hotel on Bay Street. The immigration officers, 65 persons, of 65 persons, only 3 persons were able to produce documents to provide identity. Directives was received from Minister Bell at about 9 p.m. to have the immigration officers stand down on the operation. And so you can see here that this is the director saying that directives came from Keith Bell. All right. And that any breach will be remedied on the 18th of January 2023. Minister Bell indicated that this request was made by Acting PM Cooper. While I am cognizant of the present economic climate and lack of jobs for Bahamians, I find it very disconcerting when directives of this nature are continuously received. This type of action is demoralizing to the immigration officers, in particular, who are trying to do their jobs as mandated by law. Further, this is a security breach, as we do not have any idea who the remaining 62 persons are, nor how they entered the country. In addition, it begs the question of if trafficking in persons may be a factor in this instance. It also appears that the expatriate has more rights in the Bahamas than Bahamians. Moreover, this is also a show of disrespect to the chair of the Director of Immigration. To this end, well, you've heard me read all of that before, all right? And so this is the other document. Where you can clearly see what's really going on. On the 17th of January 2023, at approximately 2,000 hours, which is 8 o'clock, enforcement unit under my direction investigated information received by a large group of Chinese nationals being housed. This was not, they did not say working there, being housed at the closed British Colonial Hotel. So their concern was that this hotel closed. There wasn't work going on there at the time. The hotel was closed. Why are people staying in the hotel? On arrival at the hotel, we observed lighting and clothing hung in the windows of some of the rooms. Shortly thereafter, we noticed an Asian male in the window of one of the rooms. Based on this, we approached the security officer and advised him of our suspicions. The officer attempted to obstruct us from entering the building and checking the status of the individuals. Therefore, I advised him on the caution, read the arrest him, etc., and after the search. In the initial search, the officers reported a total of 10 persons, but after more intense search, we were able to gather approximately 65 Chinese nationals. All subjects were asked to produce their passports and any other evidence of legal status. Out of the 65 subjects, only 3 were able to produce passports or identification. All of the others claimed they had no passports in their possession and was unable to contact the persons who may have them. Note the following. The permit issuance system indicated that Mr. Bowen Zhao, date of birth 7 April 1997. All right. So this was a 20-something year old. from Jiangsu, China. Passport number is there. Had a short-term permit as a technician sponsored by Latoya Camp of Margaritaville. Anyone found who Latoya Camp is yet? The Latoya Camp of Margaritaville. So I don't think Margaritaville has a heads of agreement. So this nonsense the PLP is talking about with heads of agreement, no. And this person only had this thing for 6 days. They only had this permit for 6 days. The people who had identification, we believe, could be the persons who were responsible, the person who were responsible for the people smuggling. They may have been heading this. That's why they had their passports, but the other persons didn't have theirs. So these are persons who may be coming in and out of the Bahamas as the head of the people smuggling ring. That's what's possible. Note that no further request was made on the subject's behalf on the basis of this. He overstayed approximately 9 months. So he could have been a people smuggler. Please note that the border control management system verifies the same. All right. So this person had their passport, but they were here for 9 months. All right. Miss, this is a lady. All right. So I want you all to see this. There were women present. Let me say this to you again, because they are still running on with this nonsense and this has something to do with work permits. 2 of the persons that had IDs were women. 2. There were more women present. Have you ever seen any female construction workers, Chinese construction workers? There were two of the persons who presented their IDs were women. You all wake up here. It's people smuggling. This is human trafficking. Nothing to do with no work permits. You all wake up. And this is why I produced this evidence to the media. But this went over their head. They didn't focus on that. Miss Pifang Yang. Date of birth, 26th of December, 1975. All right? Came in from Cuba. These could have been the leaders of the smuggling ring. They came in from on Bahamas Air, from Havana, on the 7th of December, 2022. Theirs was expired also. Their permit was from New World One Bay Street. All right? And that had expired by 4 months. They said it appears that the subject departed the Bahamas and re-entered as a visitor. So this could have been some human smuggler going in and out as they're smuggling persons through the Bahamas. Or this could have been a victim, Miss Pifang Yang. There was another woman. She weren't construction workers. Miss Ziwi Zhu, date of birth 1994, 28 January 1994, Anyang, China. All right? Landed for a period of 10 days, so they came as a visitor. Subject is now overstayed approximately 24 days at that time. All right? Do y'all see it? So why are y'all letting these corrupt PLP government members scam y'all with this talk about work permits? And then they came and said, oh, the PLP overrid. You tell me lock them up, but the director called me and said, leave them, let them go. And the director in her writing said, well, she did that because Keith Bell ordered that. So you see that I told you all there were females. This is not a work permit situation. There were females present living in that hotel. They could have been traded called sex scams, sex trafficking, or organ trafficking. Keith Bell, this has nothing to do with work permits. Don't try to fool us. Explain that tomorrow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be in the House of Assembly tomorrow. I'm not calling for a protest. If you want to come out there, I think every baby should be out there. But I'm not calling for a protest tomorrow, but I'm going to visit in my official capacity as a leader of the of an opposition party in this country. I'm going to be sitting there when Keith Bell explains what he has to explain. I want to be there in person. So I'm going to be there. All right. I'm going to be there in the House of Assembly. I want to look him in his eye as he talks foolishness for work permit when there were males and females with an S who are not construction workers. You could look at them and see they ain't no construction workers. They permit drug smuggling back in the day, and still do. Now it's people smuggling is a big deal. So PLP, y'all, this is your vote for or allowed if you didn't vote. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me today. I just wanted you to see that. There were females present. This was not a construction worker work permit situation. Don't let them fool you. Wake up. The PRD is a criminal organization. Yeah, finance no better. We need change. So as I leave, Saturday, I'm not going to be live until then. Saturday at 6 p.m., Work Us All in Eleuthera. We're going to be there. Make sure you're there. If you have friends and family, call them. Our team is going to be down there. We're going to have a town hall meeting. And make sure you're there. You're going to learn some stuff. All right? Make sure you're there. You know, when we say that, you know it's going to be serious. Make sure you're there. Make sure your family and friends are there. If you want to come, you come. You can jump on the plane and let's go. There's Crab Fest that's going on. If you want to fund the movement, I see 21 of you scan the QR code. If you want to help, I'll put, this is GoFundMe that I've been putting up. Yeah, that's GoFundMe that I'm putting up there. So the link is there. And so the next link I'm putting up here is, it goes straight to our Suncash. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is in trouble. Our country is in trouble. That's some other stuff to talk about today, but I ended up on another tangent. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are there in Exuma. Exuma, we're going to teach you how Exuma is going to come back to life. The jewel of the Bahamas. We're going to show you exactly what's going to happen. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everything. Thank you for your support, for your help, for funding the movement. This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen if we make it happen. This is going to happen if you make it happen. You have to evangelize, talk to your family and friends, let them know exactly what is going on. You have to spread the message. You have to spread the message. It's only going to happen if you spread the message. All right? And so, if you want to see a new Bahamas, then you got to fight for this. Don't say Lincoln, y'all fight for Lincoln, y'all got to do this, y'all got to do that. No. You have your crew that you can talk to. Just talk to them. Send them to the live. If they have questions, you tell them go on the live and ask Lincoln any question. Any question. Nothing is off guard. I open my phone lines every single time. I know I don't take enough of your questions and text because it just moves so fast sometimes I can hardly see the questions. But moving forward, I promise you I will make sure I do that. But we are here open to you. We're not here to hide or tell you just vote for us. We're here to answer your questions. We subject ourselves to you twice a week to make sure you know what's going on. We have to continue to educate the Bahamian people so that we can get our land like the Joshua generation, get our natural resources like the Joshua generation, land, milk, and honey, benefit from our carbon credits, put Bahamians first, and bring the other people in to work for us. We have so much more education to do. A lot of you have just started following us and you haven't even watched the documentaries. Go to our website. You're going to see documentaries. Go right there and watch the documentaries. There's so much to see in there. This is why the movement has grown. It documents everything. The Aragonite, worth up to $7,000. Everything is right there. We show the proof and the evidence. We got to get our treasure. Trillions of dollars worth of treasures in our water. Trillions of dollars worth of sand. Come on, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. We always appreciate it. And spread the word, spread the message. Share this even after we're gone. I wasn't able to share this, so share this even after it's gone. I know it's 2 hours. Some of your friends come and say, oh, they can sit down for 2 hours. Well, my job is to bring the facts. Your job is to cut it up and feed it to your people. All right? I'm the food store. You come here and get all the information, you get all the ingredients you need, and you take it home and you cook it. And you feed it to your family. All right? And so my job is to present the general information. And I can't explain this properly in sound bites. All right? That's your job. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. We love you. What about the treasure they just find? The treasure they just find, that's probably already stolen. All right? There was no accounting, no accountability for it. But we're gonna take back everything that's been stolen from us. All right? There are 5,000 ships that Spain identified. We recently just found 13 of them. There are thousands and thousands more ships out there. Each of them with over $1 billion in treasure. Bahamas, you're going to believe the people who told you, who lied to you that we had no natural resources, didn't tell you about the treasure, didn't teach you about none of this. Or you go with the one who's educating you and who wants to give it to you. The choice is yours. Good night, my fellow Bahamians. I'm going to be in the House of Assembly tomorrow, and everyone, all Bahamians are free to come out there, hear what this man has to say. Because we have something to say after he finishes. We'll see what he has to say, and then we're going to see where we go from there. Maybe he might just stand up and say that he resigns. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you all. Continue to stand up, continue to spread the message, and we're going to continue to fight and sacrifice and do everything we've been doing. Remember,